Reports of a disturbance in the world of athletics. All units, fan out.
What's up, athletes? Time to fan out. We out here at the track. Last week was the World Relays and we just had to get out here and talk about it. Amazing. I was so excited. Woo-woo! All right. And today on the Mix Zone, we're gonna go all in talking about the Athletics World Relays Botswana 2026. What the hell? So we're going to start with the mixed 4x1 heats. Obviously, we had Canada running the inaugural world record because the world record from last year wasn't ratified. So it's time now. The times are all official, and Canada run a world record inaugural time, 40.07. Audrey Leduc, damn, wow, that was a stellar run from her. Canada and Germany qualify for Beijing. Round two. Bestaway and Parisot did some great runs for France. It was a long hold after a faulty start. Poland did suffer for that because the Polish runner did run most of his leg. However, Spain and USA qualified for Beijing in Heat 2. Heat 3, now I've been waiting for this one. The Clayton twins. Wow, Tina Clayton, woo! 39.99, new world record, bang. Kisiwa Mensah, by the way, great run for you for Team GB, running down, taking second place, running down that clock, running for that qualification place. Kisiwa Mensah is a name for the future. Amazing run. However, just another one little side note, Tia Clayton said, oh, thank you. Tia Clayton was sick. That was an amazing run. So, mixed 4x1 heats, we had Canada and Germany, USA and Spain, Jamaica and the UK qualified. Now, the women's 4x1 heats. Bestaway and Leduc did storming runs on returning from the mixed 4x1 heats. And then Perez also was on fire on the anchor leg for Spain. Spain and Canada qualified. Heat 2, we were disqualified because of some changeover infringements. I think we went out of the bounds a little bit, but still amazing run. And it really boded well for what we've got coming up with our British girls. So amazing one, girls. Well done. Okay. All right. Anyway, Italy qualified. Jamaica and Germany from Heat 3 qualified. So all those teams will be going to Beijing in the women's 4x1. Now, onto the mixed 4x4 heats. Now, USA and Spain qualified from Heat 1, but the Australian third leg by Tom Reynolds was fire. Australia and Ireland did really well, and it's been really exciting to watch the Irish team really excel in the relays and individually over the last few years. Rashida Adeleke wasn't there that day. Then, when was it? Last week. But Charlene Maudsley really did acquit herself well, and she held it up for the Italians? What? I mean, I know they flag similar, but baby. Anyway, for the Irish, so yeah, great shout out to Charlene Maudsley. Really looking like a fire 400 runner these days, and she's really starting to excite us over here. So shout out, Charlene. Now, the Polish 4x4. Come on, sweetie. Justyna Swiatek has been on fire for years. Now, you can't touch her in the home straight. Not since Jenny Meadows has somebody come down that home straight at the end of a race longer than 100 meters and said, she passing girls like, boop, boop, boop. I love to see Justyna Swiatek running the home straight and taking girls over and, you know, gaining position. And as I said, it's reminiscent of Jenny Meadows in the 800 meters. So shout out to both of those girls. Dushinsky as well. And come on, Natalia Kazmarek, Bukowiecki, but Ney Kazmarek, the Polish team. I've supported the Polish 400 team for years, and I really watched their girls come up from being, you know, challengers and contenders to being European champions, to being world champions. I think they were the inaugural World Relay Mixed 4x4 champions. So yeah, great one, Poland. Well done. I'm not going to say something racist now. Nestoroviev, or is that Russian? Dobra. So, Heat 3. Great Britain and Kenya. Lena Nielsen is another one who has really started to stake her claim to that 4x4 spot. Every year now for the last 3 years, we've seen Lena Nielsen come out and run storming legs in the mixed 4x4. And this time was no exception. She ran a really good leg, brought us into and kept us in contention. But, Yemi Mary John. There's no sweat there, but I need to make the point. That final leg in that mixed 4x4 heat was stellar. And I would talk more about it, but you went on to do something even better. So we're going to save that for later. Great Britain were joined by Kenya in that heat, qualifying for the World Championships in Beijing next year, alongside Jamaica and Poland from the heat before, and the USA and Spain from the first heat. Now, the men's 4x1 heats. Now, that was amazing. Leslie Tebogo stepped down to help his team qualify for the 4x1 in Beijing next year. Let's not forget, Leslie Tebogo is a 200 stellar runner and a 100 stellar runner and a 400 stellar runner. So he could do anything, and he'd do. Botswana and America would qualify from that first heat. Second heat was really, really, really exciting. We had Lachlan Kennedy running for Australia. We had Ferdinand Omanyala running for Kenya. However, it would be Canada and Germany that would qualify. The Canadian quartet, tried and tested. Blake, DeGrasse, and their buddies do amazing every year. And that is truly a quartet who says, we're going to come out, we're going to practice together. We are boys. We're going to make sure we come out time after time after time. And they do, and they really do not disappoint. Well, at least not in this round anyway. So, Canada and Germany qualified from that one, and Great Britain and South Africa qualified from the third. Now, Mitchell Blake ran a pretty weak leg, but Mitchell Blake has been a stalwart of our 4x1 team for many years, and long may he continue to bring the new ones forward, like Rommel Glaive. Now, Glaive was sick in that final heat, and I thought Glaive was amazing, and I said, you know what, he ran, for me, reminiscent of Adam Jamili. And I just watched, actually, the Backstreet Boys podcast about the World Relays, and they had Adam Jamili on as a guest, and all three of those men really just like, you know, it doesn't have to be reignited because my fire and my excitement for this sport is always there. But those three men, like talking with passion and excitement, reminded me that there are people out there that still love this sport and will still choose it over every other. So shout out the Backstreet Boys and shout out Adam Jamili. And yeah, really excited. Your career has been amazing. I've seen you run live a few times. And thank you. And we'll chat sometime. Now, it's time for the fours. Oh, that was the wrong one. It's time for the fours. I need to learn how to use this. It's time for the fours. Okay, you know what? Okay, it's time for the fours. World Athletics has launched the Kids app to make program delivery and planning easier, faster, and more accessible. Check out the link below. I don't know what's going on here. Right, so Spain and Czechia would qualify from the first heat. It was a brilliant leg by Spain, or a brilliant run by Spain. The final leg runners were set up superbly. Manuel, the world indoor champion, versus Hervas. It was a sickening duel between the two of them, and it was really great that Spain and Czechia both qualified. Heat 2 was a great run from Swiatek again. Ireland and Poland will come back for the repechage, but it was Canada and Italy that qualified. Ireland and Poland have got some really strong individual runners, and their teams are definitely building. Poland is building with its new runners while still including their older runners like Kazmarek or Bukowiecki and Swiatek, bringing in new runners. I miss Małgorzata Chlob, actually. But anyway, the Polish team, they're building back up, and the Irish team really are coming through, so I really look forward to seeing them in the repechage. E3, GB on deck. Great run from Emily Nuno in the third leg. Jürgen and Jaeger did good finishes to bring through Norway and GB, and Henrik as well did a really good run, so it was really exciting. The women's 4x4 always been amazing, you know, shout out to Christina Horrigan, her legacy, Perry Shake Straight and pop pop. Now it's the guys. Now, the men's 4x4 heats, amazing first leg for Reese Holder for Australia in the first heat. Australia and Botswana would qualify 1 and 2. I found that race one of the most fascinating races of the championships to that point. Kemnet Shippey really smashed it, and this guy is really turning out to be, you know, one of those heirs to the top thrones of this sport, and we're so excited when we see them coming through. And we're not even going to talk about that amazing final, so we'll wait for that. Brilliant runs for Zimbabwe and Portugal and South Africa in Heat 2. Unfortunately, Zimbabwe would just get pipped, and South Africa and Portugal would qualify, but Zimbabwe really showed themselves out to be not just a one-man team, so shout out to Zimbabwe. Now, Heat 3. GB again. Belgium and Qatar will qualify ultimately, but Toby Harries, a great and exciting young talent. Toby Harries went out and took first place after coming, I think, taking the baton in fourth. Now, he burnt it out a little early and reminiscent a little bit of a few other 400 runners of recent years who we're not going to talk about because we don't want to name and shame. This is a place of positivity. But Toby Harris, don't worry. I like that fire, and you're just going to calibrate a little bit and you'll be sick. And we love you in our relays already. Your place is here, so don't worry. But next time, easy, 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 easy. Okay. Okay, I mean that one. Oh, and shout out to India, who are another re-emerging athletics team, athletics force. With all those people in the world, they better have some great athletes, and they do. So shout out to India and the men's 4x4. You didn't get through, but welcome to the repechage. After day one, we were really excited to see what was going to happen in day two. We had some great runs. It really set us up well for the finals, and it also set us up well for the repechage because there were quite a few teams that didn't make it through, but had some great runs, some great individual performers, and we were really looking forward to seeing it. The repechage 4x1, mixed 4x1, Italy and Portugal would qualify. Dosso did a really good run. Heat 2, Australia would qualify. New Zealand were doing really well, but they messed it up on the changes, but Australia really did smash it. In the mixed 4x4, Heat 3, Belarus and Canada. Belarus? Really? Belarus ain't running in this? About Belarus. Anyway, Belgium and Canada, a great Belgian run, and Canada did really well as well. Heat 2 in the mixed 4x4, Nigeria, Chidi Okezi, woo! This guy is sick. I love to see this guy run. Botswana tried it though, but South Africa went through alongside Nigeria. Now, in Heat 1 of the women's 4x4 repechage round, we were waiting for Charlene Maudsley to eat, and she left no crumbs. Woo, 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 woo. Come on, Charlene. Come on. All right. Anyway, Heat 2. Now, we were looking for Australia and Poland to really eat, and Sweeney, woo, Poland backloaded to take it, and Ellie Beer stormed through for Australia. Australia and Poland are having some great 4x4 women's teams so far this year and last year, and we're really excited to see what happens at the World Championships next year, because these teams, although they didn't get through to the finals, they're qualified for Beijing. Now, the men's 4x4 repechage round, Senegal, Heat 1, bang. Senegal ran an amazing run. All three of their 4 runners came through, and Oscar Husillos for Spain coming through at the end. You know, Husillos is a stalwart of the Spanish team, and it was great to see him running and to see him still running and see him with that, still with that passion, that fight down the home straight. We love to see it. So, Senegal and Spain qualify for Beijing. Heat 2 of the men's 4x4 repechage round. Japan and Brazil will qualify. Great effort from Team GB. Brazil killed it. It was really sad for India going out on injury because we really thought India had a chance. But you know what, India? We're looking forward to seeing you in the Commonwealth Games this year. Shout out India. Now, the women's 4x1 repechage round. Nigeria and France will go through from the first round. The Nigerian changes were really smooth, speedy. One mess up on changeover number 3, but the screaming energy at the end was amazing when they found out they got through. It really, really ignited some fire in us because we were coming up to the finals. It was a little bit of a lull in the championships because we're waiting for the finals now. The repechage were like, okay, let's get rid of it. It really reminded us that we're here to see great runners, race great races, and have fun. Because as Adam Jamili said in the Backstreet Boys podcast, first and foremost, fans. Heat 2, the women's 4x1 repechage round. Come on, GB. Success Edouard when, I don't know where she went, but she went, shoo. Success Edouard is really, really, really one of those people that is showing us that we are a great sprinting force in this country and that we have people on the conveyor belt ready. There are people ready. They are ready. Desiree Henry, Daryl Nita, Dina Asher-Smith, Amy Hunt, Imani Lantico. Those girls, yeah, they'll be moving on at some point, but we got people coming through. Mabel Akande, Success Edouard, Kisiwa Mensah. The British team's on fire. Shout out Bianca Williams. Men's 4x1 repechage round. China and... Who is that? I don't know who that is. All right, China and Ghana would go through. Heartbreak for Omanyala, but a great national record anyway. And in Heat 2, India fumbled again. They were charging fours, but the handovers, and plus Japan out with injury. Nigeria were charging though, but Jamaica and Belgium would go through from Heat 2. About to be time for the finals. Come on, Botswana. We started with the mixed 4x100 finals. Now, this was amazing, astounding. Jamaica. Come on now, Clayton twins again. This was an amazing race. Tina Clayton, in my opinion, running down that back straight. Fire. Amazing. And then Tia Clayton, whoop, gone. Tia Clayton ran an amazing anchor leg, and it really did show us that it's not just one small, diminutive, power-packed Jamaican that can run an anchor leg and run down everybody. Although, to be honest, she had to run no one down because there wasn't anybody there. But that was an amazing run, inspirational. It makes you think that even if they make mistakes in this relay at any time in their careers or any time at any championships, that they have the power, the force, and the determination to run people down. Daryl Neater said, nah, Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce gone. Y'all need to step back. Come on, Daryl. Tina Clayton's back straight. Oh, that was one of the most amazing runs. Now, the Clayton twins have slightly different styles of running. Both are astounding to watch. It's nice to see that they run slightly differently, as you see with the Nielsen twins, where they run slightly differently. But to watch Tina Clayton down that back straight was amazing. Must have replayed that 3 times before I even let the race finish. Goldson on the bend. Wow. Nearly lost my hat because it was so mad. Now, onto the mixed 4x4 final. I didn't think it could get much better than this after watching the mixed 4x1, but then to watch the mixed 4x4, as soon as the teams came out, I was reminded of an amazing, crazy British woman who ran an anchor leg just yesterday. So I was super excited to see what Yemi Mary John could do again today. And that was fantastic. Yemi Mary John cemented herself as a track legend in one weekend. I'm telling you, this week on Fanathletics TV, we're about to induct our newest member of the Fanathletics Track and Field Club. Come on, Yemi Mary John. I'm gonna take the plaudits for her. I couldn't believe who I saw line up for Jamaica in the 4x1. I was like, is that fast Elaine? Elaine Thompson-Herah, the fastest woman alive, the double 100 and 200 meters Olympic champion. Oh, I was so excited to see her back. Elaine has had some injury troubles over the last few years, but to see her back running, training actually for the last few months, and then to see her back running on a track, supporting her team, taking the plaudits of the crowd, it was just fantastic. As an athletics fan, I've always been a fan of Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce. Anytime there are 2 people running the same event, our nature is to create rivalries. And Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce and Elaine Thompson-Herah are one of the biggest rivalries in athletics, track and field over the last 10 years. However, there had to be rivals. They run on the same team for the same country. And you know what? Their PBs are so similar that how are you going to put them against each other? Let them run together, right? And some of the greatest moments in Jamaican athletics has been when Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce and Elaine Thompson-Herah, the 2 fastest Jamaicans of all time, running together. Now, to see Elaine Thompson-Herah running that home leg, she shut down with 30 meters to go. I don't care what anybody says. Elaine Thompson-Herah shut down and said, oh, time for coffee? She was amazing. She was mad. It was fantastic to see Elaine Thompson-Herah back. Come on, Queen. Now it's time for the men's 4x1. It was a little bit of a mess. There was a great run from America. Canada and GB were unable to pass the baton round successfully, which has been a bugbear of ours. The Canadian team are so well drilled as well that you never expect them to fail. However, we know, this being the World Relays, they have plenty of time now to get ready for the Commonwealth Games. And the GB team have the Commonwealths and the Europeans this year. We know they're going to get better. We know this is not going to happen again. We're not going to dwell on it, but well done, America. And also Australia, a great 4th place finish. We know when you add a certain gout into that team's going to be one of the unstoppable contenders. So we're really looking forward to seeing what happens at the Commonwealth Games. Teams, let's get that baton round. Now, the women's 4x4, as a Brit, we think is kind of our domain. We had Christina Horogu spoiling us for years, running down that home straight, chasing people down. Her and Perry Shakes Drayton, 2 of the members of my favourite 4x4 race, women and men's of all time. Now, we're going to get into that another time, but let's just say that a certain Sanya Richards-Ross does not want me to talk about it because we're going to speak on it at some point. Although, shout out Sanya Richards-Ross. He's a great proponent of the sport, and we love to see you, not so much on Real Housewives of Atlanta, but everywhere else. Ultimately, though, the women's 4x4 proved that if you have an Olympic level and world level runner in your country, you need to make sure you can support them with the best runners you possibly can find when it comes to relays and relay championships. And that's exactly what Norway did. Henriette Jaeger really showed us that being a world-class athlete can inspire an entire nation to get behind you and support you. And Henriette Jaeger in that final leg was amazing, inspirational. Shout out Henriette Jaeger, that was a wicked run. That was an amazing run. That was sick. And now, the big one. It's time for the men's 4x4 final. Woo. Now, I could do a whole show about this race, and I probably will one day because it's going to be one of my favorite races of all time. And sorry for the girls for the World Indoors 2012, but I didn't forget about you guys. Shout out Shayna Cox. Botswana were hosting these games, so it was fitting that the men's 4x4 would close the event. The men's 4x4 has gone from strength to strength in recent years, with teams like Australia and Botswana pipping their heads above the parapet, where usually the greats like the USA, Jamaica, Poland, Russia would carry the podium. Now, Australia have got some great runners up and coming, and South Africa have too. And South Africa really stepped up this year as well. Pillay running an amazing second leg, the fastest leg on a 4x4 in history. Boom! Australia were also amazing. Australian athletics is going from strength to strength. I'm looking for a visa apparently, but the Botswana went off when Lesili Tebogo took that baton. Not only as a proud representative of his nation, but as a proud Olympic 200-meter champion. He has upset the podium for the last 2 international championships, and he made that stadium rock. If you were watching, the cameras were shaking. Crowds were... It was mad. It was electric. To have been there would have been amazing. World Athletics, she didn't let me win that competition, so it's okay, but don't worry, next time. Aidan Murphy on that final leg, running neck and neck with Zakiti Nene and with Kebede Chippi, was an amazing moment in athletics. When you see 3 runners come around the home bend, neck and neck and neck, and then to see who pushes through, to see Kebede Chippi looking so comfortable and so serene in the centre. Earlier on, seeing Reese Holder just take that baton round and pull places back, seeing Pillay run round that track and gain place after place after place for South Africa. This race was fantastic, not only because it pitted nations against each other at their almost best form, but that race in itself, it rocked the stadium, it rocked the world of athletics, and it rocked me. Poof. Not only was it a great finale to the championships, but it was a great opportunity for us to see relay runners, as relays are not always run at things like Diamond Leagues and Continental Tours. Now, we know coming up to championships, sometimes the relays get opportunities because people are looking for qualifying times, people are looking for baton practice in competition, but we generally don't get to see relays much outside of the national and international championships. So we're really excited to see this. We really want to see the World Relays continue to be a huge, huge, huge addition to the sport and to its international competitions. Shout out World Relays, you made us proper fan out.
Reports of a disturbance in the world of athletics. All units.
Fan out.